I wanted to do something different than what I had done before because all of a sudden I had a passion for labor rights, for sustainability. As an artist, I get to create my own colors, my own designs, my own patterns, my own art is sustainably printed on these baby blankets. And so I just thought, what a great way for me to be able to get back into an industry that I love in with a different focus because I did women's wear years ago, but now I do baby stuff, which is just so fun. And I get to do it in a way that I never thought of before because I never thought about labor rights 20 years ago when I was in the industry. I never thought about sustainability. I mean, we always recycled at home, but it never occurred to me that these things were really important in the workplace too. And so I get to be part now of a growing number of ethical businesses who care about things that are really important. Fashion is fun and art I love. It's just a part of me, but I get to do it in a new way that is sustainable, that is safe for babies, safe for the workers who create the fabrics and grow the cotton, the organic cotton. So that's how this all sort of came together into organic baby blankets. I realized that living your ethics in a holistic way is very different from just throwing something in the right bin once in a while. And I don't know when it was, maybe 10, 15 years ago, I realized that I could live out my values in every part of life. And people say, oh, you can't do that, it's too expensive. Oh, you can't do that because people will never buy the products. Oh, you can't do that for all these reasons. And so I just decided to start exploring. And I thought, no, I think I really can. And I did a lot of research before I actually started this company because there are some economic difficulties. It's very expensive to do things the right way. But the more I've read, the more I've learned, the more I've seen other companies who are moving in the same direction and been inspired by other business owners, I realized, no, you know what? You really can do the right thing. You really can live out your ethics holistically, wholeheartedly, and be in this world in a way that feels good. I get to do a lot of these things by hand. I get to hand dye all of my own USA made baby blankets. It's all my art. I get to work with amazing people who share my values. It's kind of hard to find people sometimes who share my values. But when we all come together, the collaboration and the work that we do together is really incredible. And that's so exciting to me. I am a people person, and it's hard for me, to work in my own little space by myself. And when I get the opportunity to work with incredible people, photographers, people who are passionate about milling fabric without chemicals, I mean, that's exciting to me. The creative process for me starts with color and design. I look at other artists' work. As an artist, as a designer, I love to create things. I get to create my own colors. All of the colors that you see of my products, I do use a really great sustainable color fast dye from a company that is right here in California that I really admire. But I get to work with their dyes and create my own colors, which is really exciting for me. I love to jump in the middle with how I want to express myself. So that's where color and design comes from. And I'm also very practical. Like my sleep sacks have a curved zipper because I just think it's so much more interesting, but it's also a whole lot easier to unzip and get a diaper when you've got a curved zipper instead of a straight zipper. So some of it is born of necessity, some of it is form, and some of it is just pure design. I love getting in and working with colors. I do my art. I get to a certain place in the process where I've come up with the color, the fabric, the pattern. I make my own patterns. I'm a pattern maker. And I do some of the initial sewing. I'm not a very good seamstress, but I put some things together and then I put it on a baby and I see what happens. I think of them as organic designs because each one is unique. But the process that I use for my shibori is an old Japanese technique called shibori. And it's sort of a cross between origami and tie-dye. And I use these hand cut wood blocks, and I bind the fabric, and I use this natural hemp rope, natural so that it doesn't, throw off a dye on the baby blanket. And I fold the fabric. That's how it starts with origami. Usually it starts with a fold on fold in an accordion style, but not all of them. And then I use the wood blocks and I bind it with the rope. And I've also come up with my own take on this that's a little different, because shibori has always traditionally been done with very thin fabrics. It's so much easier. But I use these really yummy, lofty, thick, not dense, very light, but very lofty fabrics. And if anybody has ever done shibori before, they know that that's not easy. So I've sort of come up with my own version of shibori to make it possible to dye on these luxurious fabrics. I set out to make really sustainable, fun things that I enjoy making. And I realized after showing them to people and having people buy them and tell me what they like about them, they see the quality. People are not necessarily looking for sustainability first or labor friendly first. People are looking for something really amazing for their baby, something that looks great and feels great and has really top quality and is going to last for a long time. But what I've found is that when you work ethics first to create the best possible product for the people who make them and also for the end user, you end up with a top quality product, and people see that. People may not be able to put their finger on exactly what it is about it, but because I use only organic cotton, it's longer staple, it lasts longer, it has a better feel to it, a better hand, it's more snuggly, it's thicker without being too heavy. Just all these things happen almost as a side benefit in going after trying to create something that is sustainable and works for people on the planet.